We know that there are a lot of rich neighborhoods all across North Texas, but which ones stand out as the wealthiest? Here to answer that question for us this afternoon is Holden Willen with the Dallas Business Journal. Thanks so much for coming back with us.
Glad to be here.
So a lot of money is going on all around DFW in North Texas. You have a cover story that is being put up on the website right now as we speak, should be up by the end of the day today, and it's ranking the wealthiest zip codes here in North Texas. What are you finding?
Yeah, you were just talking about the heat wave a few minutes ago. We've got a wealth wave going on. We have a proprietary formula that we put together that looks at median household income, per capita income, and home values, among other factors. So like you said, map out where the density, it doesn't just look at where the richest people live, it's looking at density to see just how much wealth is shifting. And so what we saw, when we look at that data, is you saw normal, the places you'd expect. You saw the Park Cities, you saw Preston Hollow rank really highly, but when you look at some of these factors, you also started to see places like Colleyville and even McKinney start to show up on the list within the top 10. Really shows you how things are spreading into the suburbs. And then we also looked at the shift over time. A stat that really stood out to me was that over 10 years, you've seen a 10% increase on an adjusted basis of zip codes where the median household income is over 100K.
So we're seeing more zip codes that are becoming wealthier. Correct. Here in North Texas. Correct. What do you make of this, move to the suburbs? I mean, as you mentioned, we typically see it in certain parts that we expect here in North Texas, but now we're seeing it broaden out. Is that just an effect of the fact that more zip codes have become wealthier here?
It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. You know, you've got more people moving out into the suburbs, and so you've got companies that are moving out there, and then you have the companies that are moving out there, bringing more people, and all of that is bringing more wealth. And of course, what we're seeing is that movement of wealth is going north into areas of Collin County, and even now, you're seeing expansion almost all the way up to Oklahoma.
And when you see that money,
movement west.
When you see that money doing that, that changes the region too, doesn't it? Because you don't just have those amenities that are concentrated in certain areas. It's having to move with those people because there's opportunity there.
Correct. I mean, that's why you're seeing a lot of the master planned communities that are going up in some of these areas. These wealthier individuals want all of the amenities that come with a, nicer life or more wealthy lifestyle. And so you're seeing that's why you're seeing all this development of those kind of communities happening really across the region, but especially in, when you look westward and northward.
Okay, so we've been focusing here on North Texas specifically. You all actually, broadened it out from there and looked at the entire state of Texas. What can you tell us about what we're experiencing here relative to what we're seeing in other parts of the state?
A lot of it's probably what you've ever experienced if you drive up and down 35, going to Austin, or even between Austin and San Antonio. Of course, historically, the Texas Triangle is the economic engine of Texas. And so you still see central, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston really being the centers, but now you're seeing the gaps kind of fill in. You see a lot of green going between San Antonio and Austin. It's not just like Austin itself, it's expanding across central Texas. You see even East Texas is getting filled in, and heck, you even see Midland and Odessa starting to really boom because of, we're experiencing a lot of, you pay gas, you're seeing the fuel prices
all that oil money.
Yep, exactly. And you even see Lubbock, booming a little bit, and Abilene.
Good work that you guys have done on this. I know this is a ton of data that you have to put into these stories, and so much research goes into this. Again, look for it on the Dallas Business Journal's website. It might be up right now, it might be just a little bit longer, but you're actually going to have a tool on there where people can go search their own zip code and see how they compare to everybody else.
Yep, you can look at that. You can also compare, do your own analytics and see if there's any new trends that you come up with on your own.
All right, Holden Willen from the Dallas Business Journal. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.